on here with our Kim 10 speakers. Today, you're going to hear from another wonderful woman who has gone through the Radiant Speaker Academy and on to the certification to become a Kim 10 speaker. Stay tuned. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. And I am so thrilled to have with me today a wonderful woman that I've gotten to know over the past year named Virginia Hatfield. Hello, Virginia.
Why, hello, Lisa. I am so excited to be here with you.
I am so thrilled. Now, I know you go by Ginny, right? Is that right?
That's
More.
correct.
So if I call her Ginny, it's because that's what she tells us to call her.
That's right.
So, Ginny, I would love it before we get into talking about your whole experience going through the speaker training and certification, if you would tell our listeners today a little bit about you, what you do, how you spend your days, so that we can kind of get a window into your life.
Okay. Well, first of all, I am a farm daughter and I am a farmer's wife. Dairy farmer's wife. I've been married for 35 years. Actually met my husband through a miscellaneous ad in a farm magazine. But hey, that's a whole other story for a whole other time.
That's right.
And then I also am a farm mama to 4 grown sons. And I have my first grandbaby coming in January, a grandson. So I'm very excited. Being a dairy farmer's wife, I milk cows and take care of a lot of critters.
Which makes for a very, very interesting life, I'm sure.
Yes, I've run into a lot of skunks in my life.
Speaking of skunks, that was one of the themes in your message that you gave when you gave your Kim 10 talk. So before we go into that message part, I'd love to know if you would share, what was it that prompted you to enroll in the Speaker Academy and then to go all in and being certified? What was it? Maybe tell me a little bit about some of the struggles you were having or what you were hoping to learn in the program. Like, what prompted you to do that?
Well, what prompted me was number one, that I knew that there was going to be some excellent coaches and through the program, and I knew that they would be able to draw out exactly what I needed. I had felt that God had called me to share the message of what I had learned through my husband's liver transplants. He'd had 2 liver transplants last July of 22. And so I knew I had a story to tell and a story to share, but I needed to be equipped because I knew that I couldn't just go out there and just start sharing my story. I knew I would have more power behind me if I was able to get it structured correctly and then be able to speak it correctly. And so that's what I did. And it was 9. I actually took the course twice, which really helped me because the first time I kind of like, okay, I got a general idea, but then the second time I went through it, I'm like, okay, this is how I need to get this better. And I know during, one of the last classes that you taught part of it, and that you said it wasn't because I was having trouble putting it all together. And that's when you had told me that, Jenny, it's not your husband's story, it's your story. That you need to share your story. And that just kind of broke free that, that I have the story. Yes, my husband has the story, but I have a story too, and it's powerful.
Yes, it is. And it very much is powerful. That's so cool. So tell me a little bit about, what are some things that you learned from, first of all, the course itself? We're going to talk about the certification piece in a minute, but what were some things that helped you with the course to help you kind of gain your confidence or clarity? What did you find beneficial?
Well, I found it very beneficial. Number one, kind of how to show up on camera, how to look at the camera, how to kind of get yourself set up, to kind of have that little power piece to you, to make sure that you have good posture, that you're sitting correctly if you're on an interview like this, and how to stand up correctly when you're on stage. And that was something that I needed help with because um, I like to like slump my shoulders, and so I'm like, nope, shoulders back, and remember the posture, and so you hold yourself better. And I have actually found, since I really focus on holding myself correctly now, even when I'm like just in town or I'm walking into church, that I'm confident more. My confidence has grown just majorly.
Wow. Wow. That gives me tingles down my I love it. I love it. It's so powerful. Just that simple little adjustment of posture. And you
Mhm.
just described it right there so beautifully. So tell me then, from after that, now you went through the certification, not the certification, you went through the training twice, and now there was an opportunity for you to become certified, which was putting yourself into a situation where you actually had to speak on stage, get coached, get feedback. What was that experience like for you?
It was just it was very exciting. Actually, I gave this course to myself as my 54th birthday.
Way to go. That's so
And
cool.
I said, you need this, you deserve this, and you're going to do this. And so there was no backing up once I paid up. And then I knew that I had to complete this. So that was a good thing that, I had to put some money down, and then I was ready for it. But going through the actual 2-day certification, when I got up there on stage, at first I was a little bit nervous, but once I like remembered, okay, as I was going through it, okay, let's get the posture down, and then let's just share from the heart that, these are words that God has spoken to you, and God has given you a message, and you just need to share it. That's all. You just need to share it. And just being live, and it was just like feeling the audience. Once I could feel the audience, I mean, I just like felt like I nailed it. I just got relaxed, and I just got right into it, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun on stage.
You looked like you were having fun. And think listening to you, we were having fun as well. It's so cool. So what difference did it make? So after that first day, you went through the dry run, you got feedback. What was the value of that feedback for you? How did that impact you to then go the second day? What are some things that you kind of took away from that feedback? Was it difficult to get the feedback? Was it helpful?
Oh, it was amazing feedback, because I went in and just was able to just tweak it just a little bit, just the tips that you had given me about, my stage presence, about some of the wording that I had in my message to begin with. I tweaked some out, added some in, and just made it flow better. I mean,
It's
just even switching a couple words around, because, summer puppy, and instead of, you know, my dog Summer.
right.
Because, one of the judges didn't know what a summer puppy was.
Yes, exactly. Little things like that we don't know. It's our language, but we don't think of realize other people don't know what we're talking about. So I love the part. I mean, I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let people listen to your Kim 10 when it's out there in the public. But Virginia's topic, there's this one line in there about you can't have skunk thoughts and God thoughts at the same time.
You have to choose one and go.
You have to choose one and go. I love that. That was my biggest takeaway. Like, I'm never going to forget that. It was a really powerful, and I love the transformation. Even in making small tweaks, it was such a huge, and that's really the power of the feedback. It's like
Mhm.
it's not that it's giving you tweaks to make it that much more impactful and effective. And you just nailed it. You just knocked it out of the park. So, so excited for where this is going to take you. And I know you're going to be starting a podcast. You're
Yes.
just getting started, girl.
Yes. And another thing about the feedback was, it wasn't like critique style. It was really helpful feedback. And and it came across so kind and so comforting that you just wanted to go and just plug into it. I mean,
Mm,
it just like fed your heart.
wow. So beautiful. And so, would you, if someone was sitting on the fence in their decision to take the either the speaker training and the certification, what would you say to them?
Oh, I've told girls they have to do it because it will grow them 10 times. I mean, when you get out there on that stage for that certification, that part, I mean, it's go time. And if your confidence is just a little bit like this, it's just going to shoot it straight up. And that's what helped me because now, I could say I'm a certified radiant speaker. And and I guess going into it, I didn't really know the power of those words. But, I had a lot of people in my area that were so excited that day when I posted that I am a certified radiant speaker. And they were like, wow. And I've had several people come up to me and just say, we're so proud of you that you did this. And you are a radiant speaker.
That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love that. What was it like to be in the room? Because not only were you, each person like yourself was being coached on that first day and feedback, but there were all the other women in the room who were also like, so 20 other women who were watching all this. How did that feel for you?
Well, I loved it myself. I just loved the whole energy of the group. But there was one thing going into it. I was a little bit nervous about like maybe staying there and hearing everybody's before mine, because I thought, oh, I'm going to get like this identity crisis again and want to just take away. But then I realized that no, we are all so unique speakers, and that we all have unique messages, and I was good with mine. I mean, I had a message that related to me because not every speaker is the same, because not everybody has the same background. Like nobody else is like me that has a farm and dogs and cats and a farmer hubby and farmer kids. And there's days I'm gardening, and then there's days I'm canning, and then there's days I'm all dressed up and I'm giving a sermon at church, which I'm doing another one on Sunday.
Yay! Oh, that's so, I love that. It's so true. What you just said there is that, and this is part of my core message, is that each person has this unique life message that only you can deliver, and people that are waiting to hear what you have to say, because only you can say it because of who you are and all that God has woven into your life. So that is such a powerful realization and revelation to bring you the freedom that you need to just step fully into who you are and not let anything of the enemy try to bring us into comparison. And I just love you, Ginny, and I'm just so honored to be a
Oh,
part of this, have been a part of this process for you, as well as to see you just go for it and just to go for, I believe it. You're just at the starting gate right now. The
I
gate
believe
is
it
just
too.
opening. The gate is just opening.
Yeah, and and that's the thing, and even going through just the radiant speaker part of it, just the course. I think it will teach a lot of girls how to just have confidence on camera, to help them
Mm,
with their lives, to help them, know how to take a picture, a
yeah.
selfie, you know, and that alone helped me. And I know a lot of the girls that didn't go through the certification, they're wishing they had,
Mm,
but but it helped them a lot with their lives. I've seen
mm.
a lot of growth in the girls that even didn't take the certification. Just going through the course has helped them a lot.
It's so true, like their Facebook Lives. What would you say about the whole area of, was that an area for you in terms of your voice or using your voice or seeing value in using your voice? Was that something that you struggled with before and that was impacted throughout this, or no?
Yes, because I have struggled all my life with limiting beliefs, the skunk thoughts, and just writing up this message. All of a sudden, I realized that that the devil did not have any more power over me because I know my identity in God, that I am one of God's very chosen daughters, and I do wear a crown now. And so I have to have good posture so the crown doesn't slide off.
Exactly.
And so every time, I get to slouch and I'm like, oh, my crown's falling off, so I make sure I have good posture now. And it's just little things like that. It just changes your mindset. And I had always, never had the confidence to get up and speak in public, even though I knew I had a pretty good voice
Mm-hmm.
and that, but I never had the belief that I had enough knowledge behind me so that I could share what I was thinking. And now I
Mm.
do, because I am a certified radiant speaker.
You are a Kim 10 speaker. You are one of the first people to be certified in the Kim 10 framework as a speaker. Wow. That's like a badge of honor to go first. So totally going to look back years from now and see all the women and men who are
Mhm.
going to be going through this and say, I was there. I pioneered that. That is so cool, Virginia.
Yep.
I just am so blessed by you and so honored. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And I know that the women listening are going to be so inspired. And so if people want to reach out to you, how can they get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook as Virginia Hatfield. I'm on Instagram as Faith Farm Mama. So those are the two ways, and I have all my information on those two social medias.
And what's the name of your podcast going to be?
Haven't quite thought of it, but I think it has something to do with skunk thoughts.
Well, maybe why not the Faith Farmer? Is that something you thought about?
Yep, that could be something too. So I'm still debating that, and I'm sure
Okay.
I'm sure I'm going to
You'll
come up
figure
with
it out. You'll figure it out. All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and make sure you follow Ginny so you can see her Kim 10 professional video done and hear her message, because it will inspire you. It'll set you free. It will just help you to go to the next level in your thinking as well. So bye everyone.
Bye.
As you're listening today, you may have felt prompted to say, hey, I want to take that course. I want to become a much better speaker. I want to be able to speak with confidence, clarity, and transformational impact. If you're interested in learning more about how to become a certified Kim 10 speaker and get a part of the movement to get on Kim 10 stages, or just to up-level your skills as a speaker, then I want to invite you to check out the link in the comments below, wherever you're listening to this, and we'll send you information when the next round is open up. In the meantime, your voice is an instrument of transformation and needs to be heard, so let it be heard.